Hey, good day, everyone. You're welcome to today's class. We're going to be starting from where we stopped. Under quadratic equation, we are going to be looking at difference of two squares. When it comes to the difference of two squares, these are the kind of questions that you often have in JAM, WAEC. Most of the time, difference of two squares are questions that comes out under the OBJ, objective section, and sometimes in theory. But let's look at this difference of two squares because it is so simple once you understand the principle. But before we delve into it, kindly look at this. The model or the expression usually that we know for a quadratic equation is often presented in this manner. Can be plus, can be minus, can be whatever. So in this situation, this is the normal presentation of a quadratic equation or quadratic expression, and as such, the difference of two squared is still being built on this. But let's see how the difference of two squared usually play out. For a difference of two squared, you have they can say factorize x squared minus 81. I say factorize x squared minus 81. When you have a situation whereby you have this kind of presentation, the first thing that should come to your mind is you've seen the first term, which is here. Immediately after the first term, you are expected to see the second term, but the second term is not there. They have moved into the constant term, which is minus 81. To make it easier for your comprehension, just have it at the back of your mind that, oh, what these people are saying is, what factors of 81 am I going to multiply? Or am I going to raise to the power of 2, just like the first term being raised to the power of 2? That will give me minus 81. And when I add them together, it will give me 0. Because from this basic model assumption, it is assumed that what you have here, the coefficient of x here is 0. So that's why since it's 0, there is no need to say plus 0. Then you now say minus 81. Let's look at what we're talking about. So it's like saying, okay, so therefore x squared, what am I going to multiply that will give me 81? Let's say 9 raised to power 2 will give me 81. Yeah, 9 raised to power 2 will give me 81. But how is it going to be? Is it minus 9 times minus 9 or minus 9 plus 9? So we need to look at what will multiply. If you multiply minus 9 times minus 9, that will give you plus 81. Because minus times minus is positive. So this will not work. Because what we have is minus 81, not plus 81. Okay? Then another option is minus 9 plus 9. Minus 9 times minus 9. That will give us minus 81, isn't it? So if it gives us minus 81, that means it has fulfilled this first condition. That's the first condition. Now the second condition is if I add them together, it should give me 0, because in this equation, the center term is 0. So minus 9, you are owing someone 9. You are owing someone 9 naira, and you pay back 9 naira. How much are you owing? 0. So that will work for this. So I can now come and say, okay, minus 9x, you see, just like this. Now say plus 9x. Minus 9x plus 9x, that's 0. So that's why it isn't written here under the principle of difference of two squared. Then minus what? Minus 81. I have my minus 81 here. Good. So what are we going to do? Since that's what we have here, then the next thing we're going to do is to say, okay, x squared minus 9x in brackets, then you have your plus sign, then 9x, isn't it? minus 81. Good. So, what are we going to do? Pick the coefficient of this first bracket. You have x here, you have x here. So let's bring out our x, bring out one x. X in x squared, you have 1x. Then x in minus 9x, you have minus 9, isn't it? So you open the bracket. So what do we have? We have plus 9. So plus 9. 9 in 9x, what do we have? We have x. Then 9 in 81, minus 81. 9 here is 9. 9 times 9, 81. So that has settled it. We have x minus 9 here, x minus 9 here. Remember in the last slide I told you this is a proof that what you are doing is correct once the terms in the brackets are same. Okay, so therefore x squared minus 81 is equal to what? X minus 9, x minus 9 in bracket x plus 9, x plus 9. So this is your quadratic expression solved here using what? Difference of two squared. For the purpose of those that are writing JAMB and WAEC exam, West African School Certificate exams, please take notes. One of the fastest way of solving difference of two squared in exam is this simple approach. Whenever you see a question that is presented in this way, saying x raised to power this minus 81, and you have list of options. You don't need to be, because in objective part of the questions, they are not going to grade you for the steps that you work, but you need to be very fast in solving as many questions. So once you have it, okay, in your mind just have it that, oh, since x squared is here, then this is typically going to be 9 raised to power 2 also. So once you just see x squared minus 9 raised to power 2 or 9 squared, the next thing you should just do is, okay, we are talking of difference of two squares. And remember that minus times minus will give you plus, whereas what you have here is minus. So what you just need to do is to have one positive and one negative. One positive and one negative will give you minus. So just say, okay, if this is this, then the right answer will now be x minus 9 in brackets, isn't it? Then you now say, okay, since this is negative, then the next one will be positive, x plus 9. So that's the answer. That's all we have solved here. If it is theoretical question, you show the process. But if it is OBJ, objective, you just quickly do this offhand. So let me test if you've gotten this. What about in a scenario where you have y squared minus 144? Yeah. Solve that. I believe that by now you should be a pro. So the next step is your mind should just say, oh, if I have y raised to power 2, okay, and this is definitely a question of difference of two squares. So what am I going to do? What's the square root of 144? That's 12. That means 12 raised to power 2. 12 raised to power 2. Good. Once these conditions have been met, then you know that, oh, difference is minus. Minus is difference. Difference of two squared. So in that case, what I'm going to have is y minus 12. Then the next bracket will be y plus 12. Is this what you want to waste your time on? These are cheap questions. Once you see this, you just start laughing. The scenario where you are given this, they say factorize 1 minus 36p squared. Imagine you walk into an exam and you are given this 1 minus 36p squared. The first thing that should come to your mind is this 1. Okay, since I have p raised to power 2 here, the square root of 36 is 6. What is happening to my 1? Square of 1 is equal to 1. Square root of 1 is 1. Oh, that's it. So 1 squared minus 36p squared, isn't it? So definitely what this means is 1 squared minus 6 squared and p squared, isn't it? Because 6 times 6 is what? This. So it's the same thing as saying 1 squared minus 6p into bracket squared. So once I have this 1 minus 6p into bracket square, I've gotten the answer. The answer is now what? So therefore, if that be the case, that means 1 minus 6p, the first bracket is 1 minus 6p, isn't it? Then, since I have minus here, the next one will be positive. 1 plus 6p. That's the answer. There is nothing there. So it's just for you to say, oh, difference of 2 squared. The same thing if they say 144 is here. The same thing if they say 49 p squared. 7 times 7, 49. So that's just it. Okay, we want to move a step further now. What about in a scenario whereby we have some expressions that might need you to divide right from your mindset for you to arrive at the square root or square of whatever figure that will bring them into a difference of 2 square model. Okay, let's imagine that you are asked to factorize 18x squared minus 50y squared. In a situation whereby you're given this kind of question, 18x squared minus 50y squared. Can this be tagged as difference of 2 squares? How? Okay, the first thing that should come to your mind is, okay, I have 18 here. This 18, the square roots of 18 is nothing. It's nothing like a whole number, isn't it? So, what if I divide this 18 by 2, and if I divide everything across by 2? What will it give us? If I divide across by 2, 2 goes in 18, I will have 9. Okay, so I can have 9. Then 2 goes in 50, I will have 25. 9 has the square root, isn't it? A whole number square root. Okay. Then 25 has a square root that is also a whole number. That's making it easier. So the first thing you just do is to say, okay, 2 into brackets, isn't it? 2 in 18, what you have is what? 19x squared, isn't it? Minus 2 in 50, that gives us 25y squared. Still the same thing that you've gotten. This and this is still the same thing. Okay. Oh, sorry, not 19, 9. 2 in 18 is 9. So I have 9x squared and this. So, if that be the case, that means I can also have it as 2 into bracket 9. Square root of 9 is 3, isn't it? 3 squared, x squared, isn't it? Minus 5. Square root of 5, square root of 25 is 5. So 5 squared and y squared. This is what we've gotten. Now, if this be the case, you can see that all of them are the square roots. So the easiest way to solve this kind of question, I will just definitely know that my answer is going to be 2 into bracket what? 3x minus 5y. What am I talking about? 3x, they have square roots in common. Then 5y. Then that means if I open the second bracket, what am I going to have? I also have 3x. Now, is it going to be positive, negative? It's going to be positive now, plus 5y. That's my answer. If you have any question on what we've learned so far, you can drop your question in the comment section. Okay, let's look at this question. In a scenario where we have 4s squared minus y minus x into bracket squared. How do you factorize this using difference of 2 squared? Take this at the back of your mind, take this as a complete term that is being squared. Good. Now take this as another complete term that is being squared. In that case, you can find the square root of this to make it also a square number, because this square is affecting every variable within this bracket. So you just come and say 2 raised to power 2 and x raised to power 2 minus y minus this raised to this. So if you have this kind of equation, all you just need to do is to say, okay, since everything is in power of 2 now, everything is being squared, this simply means 2x minus everything you have here. This is the first bracket, 2x minus y minus x. That's the first open bracket. Then you have 2x again, which is in the next bracket, 2x, which is also going to be, you have used minus here. So the next thing you're going to do is positive. So it's going to be plus, bracket open, y minus x, bracket close, and the greater bracket close. So you open up. When you open up, what are we doing here? 2x minus y, isn't it? Minus times minus is what? Minus times minus is plus x, isn't it? So the next thing is, in this bracket, 2x plus times y is plus y, plus times minus x is what? 1 is what? Minus x, isn't it? Now, to arrange the like terms together, you have 2x, look at this, 2x plus what? Plus x minus y. Then this is 2x, arrange the like terms together, minus x plus y. What do you have at the end of the day? 2x plus x, that's 3x minus y, that's the first bracket. Then 2x minus x, that's what? X plus y. This is your answer. So when you're factorizing this is what you arrive at, 3x. Don't mind the way I wrote my x. 3x minus y multiplied by x plus y. QED. Now that we have been working with difference of 2 squared, I want us to bring it into real world scenario in terms of using values that we can actually verify. What about in a situation whereby you get to an example and what you see is they say 2025 raised to power 2 minus some of you that were given birth to in 20, let's just go back by 1 year, raised to power 2. How do you solve this kind of question? Very fast. It's very easy. Remember the difference of 2 squared, both of them are squared. So what will happen is the first bracket will be 2025 minus what? Minus 2024 in bracket, isn't it? Then you have 2025 plus 2024. This will drive home the point because you'll see that difference of 2 squared say if one is positive, the other one must be negative. If one is negative, the other one must be positive. So that's why you minus this first and you add the two of them next. So 2025 minus 2024, what's that? That's just 1. Then 2025 plus 2024, that's what? 4,049. What's the final answer? 1 times 4,049. Your answer is actually 4,049. So with that, we've come to the end of this class. Next class, we'll see you. If you have any question, drop in the comment section and enjoy mathematics.